Hey guys, Zoidbergenstein here again with another of my solo pubbing tutorial videos for Planetside 2. So if you guys haven't found this website yet, it's stats.dasonfall.com and it's got really complete stats on everything you've done in Planetside 2. It's really awesome, definitely go check it out. Anyways, I was browsing through that and I saw that I've actually got the #1 kills in the world for the AP Prowler right now, so I figured since that's such a large part of my pub game, I should probably go ahead and do a video for that. So today's video on solo pubbing is hopping in a Prowler and going out there and getting some kills. We're going to look at the angles you want to take, how you want to do it, and how you can really farm up a very solid KDR and score per hour using an AP Prowler. I'm going to spawn in here as my engineer. How you set it up doesn't really matter too much as long as you have flak because you're going to be shot by explosives and your max repair tool, you should be fine. Now you can see on my tank here I've got Anchor Mode 4, Reinforced Side Armor, and Rival Combat Chassis 3. The reason I choose those is that deploy mode, the Anchor mode, really gives you an advantage over other tanks. It makes the DPS on the Prowler so high, and as you can see coming up here when I start sniping infantry, it's so good. I like side armor because I like to fight other tanks as well. I give them my side, I look at them, and I roll back and forth. Really, any armor, depending on your playstyle, is viable. That just happens to be my favorite. My other choice there, Rival Combat Chassis, is to give my tank more maneuverability. I don't care so much about speed, I care more about the way I can turn, how fast I can get into my reverse, go back, forward, and really outmaneuver infantry and other tanks. What you see here is I'm trying to set up an angle just like I do with infantry, only this time I'm in a tank. I know that people love to camp this rock, which I'll be approaching, so I'm going to try and find the best angle where I'm the safest and I can do the most damage. In a tank, you want to find places where I can roll behind a hill and not be hit by other rockets while I get my repairs in completely safe, and at the same time be able to push up above this hill and see a lot of infantry. You can see as I do crest this hill, I see exactly what I'm looking for. The first thing I'm going to do is deploy, and then I'm going to start shooting stationary targets. I skip that first heavy because I know that he's going to stop and he's going to shoot his rocket later, and I focus on the kills that I know for sure that I can get. So even though I may have a threat coming on me, I know I can back up. I'm going to take the stationary kills and I'm going to pick up 2 or 3 additional kills before I roll back. As I roll back, I get to a place where rockets can't hit me anymore. That's behind the hill. Now, when you're repairing, you're a sniper's dream. If you just stand still, he's going to line up an easy shot on you, and he's going to get that kill. You need to start moving back and forth every time you repair and take cover on your tank. Fortunately here, I'm being pushed, I'm able to pick up that kill, and I'm going to go right back into the same spot I was before. Until they really start contesting me and camping that position with rockets, I'm just going to keep coming back here, getting deployed, and trying to kill as many units as possible. Now, I am being shot by rockets here, but they're not bringing me down super quickly, so I'm going to pick up the kills I can get down there at that rock. Again, stationary kills, before I go around looking for the heavies that are hitting me. Fortunately, those heavies are all stationary, so I'm able to pick up those kills very easily. Up to this point, I've been playing completely by myself. I haven't had any pub support. I've just been shooting stuff as I see it. Now, I have an engineer on me. This can actually make your job as a solo tank a little bit harder. If you start relying on that pub engineer to keep you up, you may take a little more damage than you can actually take. If he doesn't have that max repair tool, he's not going to be able to get enough repairs on the tank. So it's important that even though you have that engineer on you, you still take the initiative and repair yourself. Something else to keep in mind for all you guys who like to repair tanks you see out there, when there's someone in a tank, don't stand directly behind that tank. That tank is going to really need to roll back sometimes if he's taking a lot of damage, and if you're behind him, you're going to get run over, or if it's a friendly tank, he's going to die not wanting to kill you. Stand on the corner of the tank so you can jump to one side or jump back to the other. That way he has the ability to roll back safely. Something that's very important when tanking, especially solo, is target acquisition. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to take the stationary targets first, and then I'm going to go for those moving targets. But once I get to a point where there's a lot of people coming at me, I need to start focusing on the threats to me. If I can take out the heavies first, that means they have no rockets coming in on me. So as the pressure starts to increase, I'm going to start trying to pick out the heavies. Now, you are going to see a tank in the background here. I really like going after tanks. I've got a lot of vehicle kills in my AP Prowler, which is actually designed for killing vehicles, even though it's an infantry killing monster. But that tank is so far away, he doesn't really pose a threat to me. So I'm going to focus back on the infantry that's slowly starting to envelop my tank. Because I feel like I'm being surrounded, I'm going to focus a little bit more on my minimap. When I look down there to the bottom left of my screen, I actually see that I have a lot of friendly vehicles coming to assist me. I've actually even got some down south of me, so it's very unlikely that infantry is going to be able to make it to my tank. That means I can focus a little bit of attention on that harasser, try and get the kill. Even though I missed most of my shots there, I do get that one hit, so when he dies, I'm going to get that assist. Looking back at the minimap, I see, alright, there's just really nothing that's going to be able to get to me. A lot of stuff is going to die, so I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive in my tank, and I'm going to start pushing towards the NC spawn. Now, something that I should have done is looked at that spawn beacon and taken it out immediately. Spawn beacons are one of the most dangerous things for a tank because anyone in that squad can drop on me and C4 me, and there's very little that I can actually do about it. When camping a spawn like this, everything we've talked about applies, but tenfold. They can do a lot of damage from that spawn where you can't shoot them back, so I need to still be in a position where I can do a lot of damage as they jump up and try and get hits on me, but at the same time I can roll back to safety. So I'm going to play on top of this hill. Now I also have some pub engineers repairing me here. I need to be very careful because like I said, it only takes a few simultaneous rockets to down my tank. If I start to rely on those pub engineers to keep me up and they don't have max tools, my tank can go down very, very easily. So I really need to be aware of exactly what's going on in this scenario. Now, I am relying on those pub engineers, so I'm just going to keep doing as much damage as possible. In this situation, my target acquisition is almost purely on those heavies who are jumping up to try and kill me. When there are no heavies on the roof, I'm going to drop down and I'm going to shoot someone stationary outside or going for that vehicle pad. But as soon as I see heavies back up on top of the roof that can shoot me, my tank gun goes right back to them and I try and bring them down as fast as humanly possible. Several videos ago, if you'll remember, I mentioned that if you start missing, if you're not hitting your shots like you should, you need to fall back and reset. You're going to see that happen here in this tank in just a moment. I'm missing a lot of shots that I really shouldn't. I'm getting a little overexcited about all the kills that I'm getting. So I'm just going to back off, I'm going to get out of my tank, repair, and reset. Now, I'm getting hit so much here that I'm going to decide, you know what, I think this spawn camp is over. I'm going to move to a different spot, and that's actually where we're going to end today's video. So, I hope you enjoyed this solo tank pubbing tutorial. The big thing to take away from this is that playing a tank is a lot like playing infantry. You still work your angles, you still need to be in positions where you can do a lot of damage without taking a lot of damage, and target acquisition can almost be more important in a tank than it is when you're playing solo. Anyways guys, that is going to do it for today. So if you enjoyed the video, like always, please like and subscribe this on YouTube and follow me on Twitter. Also, if you haven't played the game before, definitely give it a try. I've got my recruiter code down in the comments. Use that and you'll get a bonus when you start the game. Take care guys, and I'll see you in the next solo pubbing tutorial video.